My name is Flexion, Doctor of Physical Therapy. In this video, I will show you the best morning routine that you can do before you even get off the bed to help you with the back pain and the stiffness. Alright guys, if you have watched this video before and just jump right into the routine, please feel free to jump to the very end of the video where I lead you go through the exercises. But if this is your first time, please stay with us and understand why you're doing each individual exercises and how can you do those correctly. So there are many reasons why you could have back pain or stiffness in the morning, but one of the common reasons that we see is what we call hypermobility or excessive motion in the lower lumbar spine, okay? So in the lower lumbar spine, you have 5 segments. You have L1 all the way to L5, and this junction, the last one, L5 to your sacrum, is what people tend to refer to L5S1, okay? A lot of people just don't have enough muscular control. They don't really exercise to train those muscles around the joint, and they just use the joint as is, right? That's okay when you're young, but as you're doing repetitive motion with adequate control, you're doing lifting, you're doing all the sports, eventually you're gonna have too much stress build up around there. So in the morning, you're just gonna feel super stiff and tight, okay? Part of that is that excessive motion triggers your body have almost like a self-protecting mechanism. All the muscle going to try to tighten up on you. First exercise in the morning we're going to do is to counter that effect of muscle tone. So we're simply going to go into a fetal position where we bring our knees to our chest. So this, what it does is it tightens up the fascia in the lower lumbar spine, so provides additional stability and a sense of security to your nerve system. When you stay here for a while, you're gonna feel like, oh, the back feels kind of good, and the muscle tones start dropping down, and that's what you want, okay? You should be able to take a breath here, in and out, without too much stress. Again, if you have some acute disc injury, this is not comfortable. You shouldn't go into flexion, but if you're just dealing with the general back pain, the stiffness, this is a great way to start, okay? If you have a hard time to do this on your back, you can simply just roll onto your side, and same thing, bring your knees up to your chest, and just take a break, right? And just take a break right here. Breathe in and out. All right, so after a few minutes or 30 seconds-ish fetal position, your nerve system has calmed down a lot. You'll realize your back muscles start getting a little bit more malleable. It's easier to move. Now you need to introduce movement to actually use those muscles, control those lumbar vertebrae to move more efficiently, okay? So next movement is called lower trunk rotation. You're gonna be laying on your back, hands by your side, feet together, knees together, and all you're gonna do from here is rotate your knees, strip your knees to the side by side, okay? It's gonna feel stiff first thing in the morning when you're doing this, especially you did a lot of heavy activities the night before, a lot of yard work, a lot of hiking, walking, or lifted heavy. Doesn't matter if you're 20-year-old or 60, 80-year-old, it's the same for everybody. So when you go into the end, don't worry about it if it's uncomfortable, just push a little bit every time you go further and it will get easier, okay? So I want you to exhale whenever you're going towards the end, and that will help you muscle to length. From here, you're not only using your core muscle to learn how to rotate, but every time you rotate to the one side, the opposite side of the muscle will be stretched out, okay? I'll do this for a little while until the edge does not bother me anymore. So this exercise is number 2 exercise called lower trunk rotation. All right, so now we've done a lower trunk rotation. We're gonna work on other part of the body rotation. So lumbar spine actually don't have a whole lot of inherited rotation movement just by design, okay? Most rotation actually come from your thoracic spine, which is the rotating movement. You have 12 thoracic spine, but a lot of that come from your lower part where connect to lumbar spine. You got to make sure those things move well, okay? Otherwise, your lower lumbar spine is gonna have to take up the slack to move more. Remember what we said, the reason that could cause this pain and stiffness is that excessive movement in the lower lumbar spine, okay? So next exercise number 3, we're gonna work on your trunk rotations. Commonly, we call this an open book, okay? So now I'm gonna show you. So you will be starting laying on your side, hands in front of you, knees come up. Same thing in that fetal position. Now all you're gonna do is rotate and open up your arm and chest, look behind you. From here, I'm going to take exhale on the very end. You should feel a good stretch around the knee back towards the lower part back, but not in the lumbar spine, okay? I don't want to stretch your shoulders at all. This is not a anterior shoulder capsule stretch exercise. No, no, no. This is a back stretch, okay? So you would do this back and forth, about 10 times on each side. The key of doing this is make sure your knees is high up, especially for the ones have excessive lower lumbar spine movement. This knee flexion will protect you from irritating the lumbar spine, okay? Back and forth, back and forth. And that's number 3, trunk rotation, aka open book. Here's exercise number 4. Now we're dealing with the general movement in the spine. We have to also move your hip, okay? It's very much connected. Glute muscle is actually one of the group muscle that will help you to move the spine better, stabilize the spine better. So next exercise, we'll start activating some of this big glute muscle, okay? What we're gonna do is a one-sided like push. It's not a bridge. So what you're gonna do is, if you work on the left side of your glute, we're gonna drop the right foot down, okay? Your left knee will point towards the opposite side in this picture where I'm pointing towards my black wall, okay? I'm gonna push through that left heel. I'm gonna push through the left heel and raise my hip up towards my camera direction, okay? So it's opposite direction. From here, I feel stretch in the front of my hip, and when I squeeze, I can feel my glute engage. And I hold right there for a couple seconds and slowly drop back down. And try it again, come up, slowly drop back down. So there's a couple reasons why we like this exercise. First, obviously, we engaged muscle in the back of your hip to tighten those, help with your fascias getting tighter, help the muscle to move, and this actually help you walk a little bit better. Second, when you have lower lumbar dysfunction, very typical, you have a lot of tightness in front of your hip. Plus, if you're sitting down a lot, that's gonna happen. This exercise not only strengthens the backside of your hip, but also kind of stretch in front of your hip, which is, one stone, two birds. Why not, right? So we're gonna hold right here a couple seconds and drop back down. And we'll switch. Same side knee, point out towards the same side as I'm pushing through the heel. Hip come towards the opposite direction, okay? And push. And push. So this is exercise number 4. Commonly we call this reach for the star. Okay, last exercise, we're gonna do what's called a piriformis stretch, which is a muscle right across your buttocks. Commonly we'll get very, very tight for the same reason, lumbar spine dysfunction. So the piriformis is actually innervated by the nerve that running out of this lower lumbar spine. If you have lumbar spine or any kind of spinal dysfunction, the nerve came out of that spinal segment, the muscle innervated by those nerves will also be affected. So if you have what's called a L5S1, for example, instability or hypermobility, very common, that set of hip musculature gonna become very tight over the time, okay? And the piriformis is one of those things that will cause a lot of trouble. So we like to stretch that a little bit, get that muscle to move a little bit before you get out of the bed, move on to your day, okay? Very simple. So you're gonna lay on your back. You're gonna bring the same side of the knee, same side of the ankle, cross the knee. Both hands grab on the outside of your knee and pull towards your opposite side of the shoulder. So my right knee right now is going towards my left shoulder, okay? I'm pulling up and towards the shoulder. I will feel right across my buttocks right here, some stretches. Again, based on your tolerance, you don't have to push this, just ease into it. We're not looking for miracle changes. We're just trying to change the muscle tone for the moment so you can get your day a kickstart. Don't get too stiff. So we'll hold here for about 30 seconds or so, and then we will switch. Same thing, side to side. Okay, and that's exercise number 5, piriformis stretch. Now I have showed you each individual exercises. I'm gonna lead you go through this together, okay? I'm gonna count the reps for you and you just follow my lead and try to relax as much as possible. Okay, here we go. Exercise number 1. I'm gonna get into the fetal position. Just bring your knees up towards your chest. We're just gonna rest and relax here. Take a deep breath in and out. Allow your back to get into the flexion position. Again, if you have acute disc injury, this is not the place you need to be. But if you're just dealing with the general stiff and back pain, this is a great way to start, okay? Breathe in. And now, if you can stay on your back, roll to your side, do the same thing. Take 5 more breaths. Now we roll back to your back. Now we're gonna go to exercise number 2, lower trunk rotation. You're gonna wiggle your knees side to side. Keep your feet together. It's nice and easy. 3 and 4. Back and forth is 1 and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Next one, open book. This is for your mid trunk rotation. Arms in the front. I'm gonna open up the arm and turn back. 1. Exhale at the end. 2. If you share bed with someone else, you can keep your arms in so you don't bother other people. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now go to the other side, same thing. 1, 2, knees up. 3, knees together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Now going to exercise number 4. Reach for the start. We'll start with the left hip, okay? Push through your heel, raise your hip up. You stretch in the front, hold it for a couple seconds, squeeze your glutes, and back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last not least, exercise number 5, piriformis stretch. We're gonna do the left side first. Hug onto your knees towards your opposite shoulder. Left knee to right shoulder in this case. Hold there for about 15-20 seconds. If you're super flexible but still do a little stretch just because of muscle tone, you can bring the bottom leg up towards your chest. In and out. And switch. This is a lower version, knees to chest. Breathe in and out. If you want a little bit more, grab the bottom leg. And relax. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this information to be helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. That will help the channel a lot. And please leave the comment below. Just give me some feedback and let me know what other information you might be interested to learn related to physical therapy or movement in general. And hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye.